Many people still think of the Neanderthals as a simple-minded, thuggish people, but recent, quite often unexpected discoveries are forcing us to confront that perception. Archaeologist Clive Finlayson and his team are convinced that this simplistic impression of Neanderthals is wrong.
We've been working in these caves in Gibraltar now for over 25 years. We have dates in these caves now with Neanderthals as recently as 32,000 years ago. That would make this the last site where Neanderthals lived.
This, the last known refuge of a lost tribe of Neanderthals, has produced thousands of bones and artefacts.
It presents us with almost a total picture of Neanderthal life in this part of the world. Families were living here, sleeping here, and going out to hunt and forage from here. In my view, the stereotype of the ape-like Neanderthal, I think, is changing. People are realizing, even anatomically, that there may be physical differences between our ancestors and them, but they're not as huge as we thought once upon a time. What is really changing our view is the cultural evidence, the evidence of the abilities that we thought only we had and caused our expansion across the globe. And we're beginning to realize that Neanderthals were not that different.
In the past, experts suggested that Neanderthals were incapable of planning, of thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead.
That's not true at all. These people knew their environment very well, they knew what they had here, and they exploited it very well. And that's probably the key to the success and their survival for such a long time.
The Neanderthals were not only an immensely successful European species, but we're starting to realise that they were cultured in a way that we'd thought was the sole preserve of modern humans. The clues are hidden amongst the many bird bones buried in these caves.
More and more we've found that the evidence is in the form of cut marks on the bones, and what we realised was that a lot of the marks were on the wing bones of these birds.
Using stone tools and dead birds found on the shoreline, Clive's team have been exploring what the Neanderthals might have been doing.
If you dissect the wing bone of a vulture or an eagle, what you find is a bone and a tendon and the feathers attached to the skin. There's no meat because you have to be lightweight to be able to saw. So if you're cutting these wing bones in birds of prey, it has to be something to do with feathers and certainly has nothing to do with meat or food. In parallel, we realized that a lot of the species of bird of prey being brought in were birds of prey with dark feathers. And we showed that there seemed to be a discrimination in terms of color. Neanderthals preferred black for some reason. The conclusion that we came to after a lot of analysis is that they were getting the feathers for ornamentation, to wear them in some way. Many cultures across the globe, historically and today, use bird feathers. North American Indians, for example. Because of this close relationship that they had with birds, we decided to call them the bird people of Europe.
Deeper in these caves, the team have found evidence suggesting that these bird people had the capacity for abstract thought, something else which was believed to be exclusive to modern humans.
We have found this incredible engraving on the rock made by Neanderthals, and it's the only one that is known today, anywhere. It took us 2 years of intensive study, and we came to the conclusion that it took them at least 2 hours to do because we replicated the whole procedure. So it wasn't a doodle. They actually thought about it. And it wasn't marks done for butchery, for example, if you're cutting through skin. We tried to replicate that with skin and the lines go all over the place. This was something that wasn't functional. It was sending a message to somebody, and it was done very, very deliberately, and it took a long time.
This is not mere survival. This looks like art.
It's the next step, if you like, the smoking gun in terms of Neanderthal behavior.
So contrary to the popular perception of them, We're now realising that Neanderthals exhibited many aspects of what we call modern human behaviour.